Loneliness affects millions of seniors around the world, yet very few talk about it openly. In this deeply compassionate video, we explore 5 meaningful ways older adults can reconnect with life, rediscover purpose, and gradually bring joy back into their everyday moments. Through relatable stories, warm guidance, and gentle expertise, you'll learn how small steps, like rebuilding purpose, making one new connection, stepping outdoors, or revisiting an old passion, can transform emotional well-being. Whether you're feeling lonely yourself or caring for someone who is, this video offers hope, understanding, and practical inspiration. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, so we can continue spreading support to seniors everywhere. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly connected to someone? Not polite small talk, not a quick phone call, but a moment where you felt seen, understood, and valued? For many seniors, especially those in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, moments like that become rare, and loneliness begins to grow quietly, almost invisibly. It can show up in simple ways. A quieter home, fewer phone calls, fewer invitations, days that start to feel the same. Millions of older adults know this feeling, yet very few speak about it. Not because they don't feel it, but because they don't want to be a burden to their children, their families, or their community. But loneliness is not a personal failure. It's a human experience, and one that can be changed. Today, I want to share 5 powerful, life-changing ways seniors can overcome loneliness and rediscover joy again. These steps are gentle, achievable, and deeply meaningful, and they have already changed the lives of many older adults. Let's begin this journey together. 1. Reconnect through purpose. Even the smallest purpose matters. Loneliness often grows in the spaces where purpose used to live. After retirement, after children move out, after a spouse passes, routines change. And without a reason to get up and start the day, life can slowly lose color. Take Elaine, a 72-year-old from Oregon. She spent nearly a year living quietly in her home after her husband died. She still cooked, cleaned, and paid her bills, but emotionally, she felt invisible. One morning, her neighbor asked for a small favor. Could you help water the community garden this week? It seemed like nothing, but that tiny responsibility changed her entire outlook. She started going out every morning. Neighbors greeted her by name. Some days, she stayed longer, chatting with people passing by. She even started growing tomatoes again, something she used to love. Her loneliness didn't vanish overnight, but she had a reason to wake up. A reason to step outside, a reason to smile. Purpose doesn't need to be big. Some of the most powerful forms of purpose include caring for plants, preparing meals for a neighbor, reading to grandchildren, volunteering once a week, helping organize small local events, taking care of a pet. When you have purpose, even small purpose, loneliness has less room to grow. 2. Build one new connection, just one. For older adults, making new friends can feel intimidating. Some feel shy, some feel out of place, some feel like everyone already has their own life. But here's a comforting truth. You don't need a group, you just need one person. Someone you can share a story with, someone you can laugh with, someone who remembers your name. Let me share Robert's story. Robert, 78, moved to Arizona after retirement. He thought he would enjoy the quiet. But eventually, quiet turned into lonely. One Thursday afternoon at a coffee shop, he noticed another man sitting alone. Same age, same quiet energy. Robert simply said, "Beautiful weather today, isn't it?" That one sentence began a friendship that transformed his life. Now they have coffee every week. They go for slow morning walks. They talk about old memories and new worries. One friendship, just one, made Robert's life feel warm again. You don't need a dozen friends. You just need one meaningful connection. Try starting a small conversation with a neighbor, reconnecting with an old friend, attending a local senior class or workshop, joining a walking group, speaking to one new person at church or community gatherings. Sometimes joy starts with a single hello. 3. Rediscover a lost passion. Bring back the parts of you that you miss. Many seniors forget that they once had passions. things that made them excited, creative, or curious. Life responsibilities can bury those passions for decades, but they never disappear. They simply wait. Linda, 76, used to love painting, but after raising her children and working full-time, she set her paintbrushes aside until later. Later became 40 years. One day, her daughter gave her a small watercolor set as a gift. Linda hesitated at first, unsure if she even remembered how to paint. But the moment she put color on paper, her eyes filled with tears, not from sadness, but from recognition. She remembered who she used to be, and that memory brought joy back into her life. When seniors reconnect with an old passion, a beautiful thing happens. They reconnect with themselves. Your passion might be gardening, knitting, carpentry, music, writing, dancing, fishing, cooking family recipes, restoring old items. These activities don't just keep you busy, they keep your heart awake. 4. Step outside regularly, even when you don't feel like it. Loneliness grows stronger behind closed doors. Many seniors stay home for reasons like, I'm tired, I don't want to bother anyone, there's nothing out there for me. But often, stepping outside even for a few minutes can change your emotional landscape. Consider James, 81. He stayed home almost every day. TV, meals, naps, repeat. Slowly, the world felt farther and farther away. One Sunday, his granddaughter insisted he take a short walk with her near a local lake. He didn't want to. He felt sluggish. But he went. That day, he felt the sun on his face, heard children playing, watched families enjoying the afternoon, and for the first time in years, he felt connected to life again. He quietly said, I forgot how beautiful the world still is. You don't need long walks or big outings. Start small. Sit outside for fresh air. Walk through a park. Visit a library. Browse at a store. Go to a weekend market. Sit at a cafe and people watch. Every time you step outside, you open the door for joy to come in. 5. Share your feelings with someone you trust. Vulnerability is strength. Many older adults hide their loneliness because they don't want to trouble anyone. But hiding loneliness only deepens it. Let me tell you about Margaret, 75. She lived alone and rarely told her children how she really felt. One evening, while talking on the phone to her daughter, she finally said, sometimes the house feels too quiet. I think I'm lonelier than I've admitted. Her daughter didn't feel burdened. She felt relieved that her mother trusted her enough to be honest. From that day on, they planned weekly video calls and monthly visits. And that simple shift helped Margaret feel seen and supported again. Sharing your feelings doesn't mean complaining. It means letting someone into your world. Try telling someone, I'd love to spend more time together. I miss having company. I feel a bit isolated lately. I would appreciate a call once in a while. You deserve emotional connection. And sometimes all it takes is speaking the truth out loud. Loneliness is not a sign of weakness. It is not something to be ashamed of. And it is not something you have to endure in silence. Life after 60, 70, or even 80 still holds beauty, connection, purpose, and joy, waiting to be rediscovered. If any part of this message touched you today, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 5 steps feels most important to you right now? Which one will you try this week? Your story might inspire someone else. If this video brought comfort, hope, or understanding, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps this community grow and helps more seniors feel seen, valued, and connected.